Hey gang, it's James coming on to do another real quick live stream. I just saw a video from brother Matthew Jansen where he's talking about the whole divorce thing. If you haven't seen that yet, Ministers of the New Covenant on YouTube, it's really, really good, concise info about what it means to put away versus what it means to actually divorce somebody. So if you've got questions, maybe in your own walk, your own relationships, maybe that affects you, someone you love, I encourage you to check that out. And if I can remember when I get off of this, I'll maybe link to it on my page as well. But he mentioned something in there from Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. And this is what I want to talk about this morning. And you know, those of you that have been with me a while, you know, friends and family, loved ones, you guys know that I talk about this all the time. This is the dead horse that I just wail on. All right? Abolish versus fulfill. What does it mean? So, Matthew chapter 5 in verse 17, he says, don't think. Okay, which means whatever I'm going to say here, I don't want you thinking this. Don't think I came to abolish the law. Okay? And then, full stop. What's taught behind the pulpits in Christianity? Jesus abolished the law. Okay? Let's keep going. I did not come to abolish the law. Okay? And I should say prophets too. I did not come to abolish the law or the prophets. There we go. I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill. And so people will almost universally say, well, he fulfilled the law, so I don't have to. Or, you know, by fulfilling the law, he did away with the law. What does abolish mean? Does it mean to do away with something? But he just said he wasn't going to, and he told us not to think that. So I wanted to do an illustration here just to demonstrate what these words mean, because this is really hard for far too many people. Imagine that you are in a time machine, let's say a DeLorean. You hit 88 miles an hour, you head back to the time of the Civil War, the lead up to the Civil War. Okay? What's the big hot button issue? Slavery, right? You've got the abolitionists, and then you've got the pro-slavery people. Okay? We like to think in terms of, you know, the North was all abolitionists and the South was all pro-slavery. It wasn't quite so clear-cut. You had people from both camps in every state, and you had people that were on the fence in every state. Okay, these people were human. They were living in the middle of it. It's not as clear-cut, black and white as we like to make it out today. But in any case, let's imagine that you're in the South. Let's say you are Jefferson Davis, okay? And, you know, let's say you're talking with some people in the North, and they make it really clear. They want you guys in the South to abolish slavery. Okay. Based on your understanding of Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, you could say, all right, I hear you. You want us to abolish slavery. Here's what we're going to do. We have a law about slavery on the books. A bunch of laws, actually. What we're going to do is we're going to fulfill those laws. Okay? Now, is there anybody in their right mind that thinks that if the Confederate States had fulfilled their laws about slavery, that they would somehow be abolishing slavery? Like, really? Or, how about this? Tell you what, North, tell you what, Yanks, we'll fulfill the laws about slavery down here so you don't have to. We'll keep those laws so you don't have to. Is there anybody that could process anybody thinking that or interpreting the situation in that way? No. That it would be folly. Okay? But yet if Jefferson Davis was going to use these words, abolish and fulfill, like Christian theologians do, that's exactly how he could play it. All right, guys, I'm going to fulfill the laws we have on the books here about slavery, and that'll somehow abolish it. Right? Because when Jesus fulfilled the law, that was really abolishing it. Or he was keeping the commandments so we don't have to, right? Okay, guys, we'll have slaves down here so you don't have to up north. Like nobody would have processed it that way. And yet we do in our high houses of theology, right? When he said he didn't come to abolish the law, I think he meant it. And I think that there's a reason why. This was one of the Sermon on the Mount was his very first public address. And he knows he's going to be speaking against the traditions of the Pharisees and Sadducees. You know, like the hand washing and things like this. All these added commandments that they added to the written word of Yahweh. He knew he was going to be speaking against those commandments. So he made a point right off the bat to say, don't think I came to abolish the law of the prophets. Well, I mean, he's saying that because he knows that people are going to go that way. He's trying to put their mind at ease. Look, guys, I'm going to say some things through the course of my ministry. It's going to cause some of you guys to think I'm doing away with the law or I'm speaking against it. No. I'm here to fulfill it. And how do we know for sure that he's not abolishing the law when he fulfills it? There's a thing called a conjunction. And in this case, it's the word but. Okay? Conjunction, junction, what's your function, right? Do not think I came to abolish the law or the prophets. I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill. When you use a conjunction like that, you are putting things in contrast to each other or opposition. So the fact that that word is there should tell us that whatever he means by fulfill cannot be the same as abolish. However you want to define the word fulfill cannot equal abolish. They cannot be the same thing. Otherwise, he's got no business using that conjunction there. So this is just another one of those things. Like, it should be so elementarily simple, but yet somehow we confound it to no end. Think about Jefferson Davis the next time you think about fulfill versus abolish. Yeah, we'll fulfill the laws of slavery, guys. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, Yahweh bless.